Hello everyone, I am Helen Payne, also known as Helen P. I am going to show you today how to make homemade ice cream. And I literally mean homemade ice cream. Not that stuff that you can buy in the store, freeze it in a blender and then put it in your freezer and it's done. No, we're going to go all the way with cooking the eggs, making the custard, and actually using an ice cream maker to freeze it. So come on y'all, get ready, take your notes, and just enjoy this video. We're going to get started. First, I do the old-fashioned way. I'm creating my own double boiler. I don't have one, so I'm using a big pan, and it's got water in it, and I'm going to place that on the stove. Don't get excited, y'all, if you see these goodies over here. I got some teriyaki chicken, corn pudding, mac and cheese, and fresh greens. That's right. So while the ice cream is getting cold, this is what I would be eating. Yum, yum. Did I make you hungry? I bet you I did. All right, so we're going to get started. I'm going to turn this on because I want my water to be kind of boiling when I get ready to put my pot on. So it's 3 ingredients that we're going to be using. It's 3 cups of milk, 5 eggs beaten, 2 cups of carnation milk. So we have our milk, we have canned carnation milk, and my 5 eggs. So what I do, it looks like a whole lot, but I always separate my eggs individually. That way I don't have to worry about shells getting into anything that I'm making. That's a good tip that you all may want to write down and keep in mind when you're making something. So the first thing I'm going to do is combine my sugar. And this goes into my pot. Next, I am going to add my flour, which I said was, maybe I left out the flour, but it's 1/4 cup of flour plus 2 tablespoons of flour. And I'm going to use my whisk. And if you're using a Teflon pan, make sure that you're using a silicone whisk so that you don't mess your pan up. So I'm going to stir this in, and it's calling for a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Never measure your ingredient over top of what you're making. That way you don't have to worry about spilling or having too much in. See how some fell on the table? We didn't want that in there because we want to make sure we're using the exact measurements. All right, so stirring this up. And now here is my 5 cups of milk. And I'm going to pour that in slowly because you don't want it to lump up. So you want to kind of pour it slowly. And I'm stirring it or whisking it as I pour. And when I know that it has been whisked enough is when I don't hear the sugar grinding at the bottom of the pan. So see, listen, I don't hear it. So I believe it's ready. So now I'm going to take this pan and put it over here. As you see, my steam is coming from this pan here. So it's boiling. So now I want to really whisk it now. And I'm going to go ahead on and cover my food. I kind of wanted to tease you. So let me cover my food up now because I don't want to distract you any longer with what is to come for me in my yummy, yummy tummy. All right, so I'm going to keep whisking this because you don't want it to lump up, but you want it to thicken. So I'm going to whisk it. And it's going to get slightly thickened. But you don't want to have any bubbles in here. You don't want to, not bubbles, you don't want to see any lumps of flour in here. So you want to make sure that you are stirring this really good. So little stirring up over there, thickening. Now I'm going to get ready now to beat my eggs. We're going to move back over here, and as you can see, this is starting to thicken a little bit, and I'm just going to stir it up. All right, we're going to let that set for a minute. Let it keep thickening up. You hear the water boiling? That's what a double boiler does. But like I said, I'm creative, so I created my own double boiler. That's what makes me a special cook, a unique cook, because I take a recipe a lot of times and I create it in my own unique way. That I've beaten. And to keep it from curdling, I'm going to slowly add a little milk, the hot milk, into the egg sauce. So the next thing is to put this in the refrigerator. Yes, I'm going to put this hot pan into the refrigerator for it to cool. Once it cools, then we will add the whipping cream, the vanilla extract, and then we'll be ready to freeze. I will see you shortly. Okay, welcome back everyone. This is Helen P, also known as Hick for homemade ice cream. So what we left off at was we put the ice cream custard into the refrigerator, and it got cold, nice and chilled. And this is nice and thick and a great consistency. And the next step is to measure out 4 3/4 cup of heavy whipping cream. And also you're going to add 3 tablespoons into the heavy whipping cream. So here's my 4 3/4 cup of heavy whipping cream. And I've already added my vanilla in. And I'm just going to take this, the heavy whipping cream, and pour into the custard. And now we are about to do the fun part. This is what actually makes your ice cream, which is your freezing. This is the ice cream freezer. Didn't I tell you it was the old-fashioned way? Okay, next you're going to get the ice cream maker, and this is the tin. And what I do is I found that the best way to help it freeze is to put the tin into the freezer, and then you're going to insert that in. Here is the beater. You're going to put your beater in, and once you put that in, then I'm going to gently pour. Actually, what I'm going to do is pour a little bit of the ice cream custard mixture back into here. That way I will have a nice little spout to be able to easily pour this into the ice cream maker. I'm so excited. I can't wait for you to see how this is going to turn out. Tin that will let you know how much to put in, but I never fill it all the way up to the 10. I always go halfway. Factor suggests to use that line. It just works better for me to put it half full. Next, I'm going to put my top on, and you turn it until it clicks into the little groove. Attach my motor. Once you get your motor attached, then be prepared to start putting in your ice cream salt, which is here. Move this out of our way because those things are finished with. And you're going to need crushed ice. So I have a pan here that's going to help me put the ice into the motor, and the salt. The more salt that you use, the firmer your ice cream comes out. So I filled the bottom with the ice. Now you want to add your ice cream salt. The more salt you add, the better it will firm up and whip up into a great ice cream custard. And you're going to want to layer it. Make sure you don't use clumps of ice because you don't want it to get clogged up on the motor. You want it to see how smooth that is running. You want it to continue to move smooth, just like that. And now some more salt. And the good thing about this is it automatically shuts off when your ice cream is ready. And that normally takes about 20 minutes. Put in some more salt. And I'm going to top it with some more ice. But make sure you use plenty of salt, because that is what makes your ice cream. So you're going to need to have possibly maybe a box and a half to 2 boxes of ice cream salt and 5-pound bag of ice. Okay, I'll see you in a few. HP is back. This is the final of our homemade ice cream. It has turned. I'm taking the motor off, and you use a rag and make sure you get all the ice and the salt, because you don't want your ice cream tasting like salt. So you clean the top off really good, and I'm going to go ahead and take the actual tin out, so it make it easier for you to see. Brace yourselves, everyone. The top is off, and voila. Now doesn't that look scrumptious, delicious? I can't wait to taste it. So you see the batter, the beater, oh, look how firm it is. Coming up, oh my gosh, this is so much better than soft serve ice cream. Oh, wish y'all could taste this. I cannot wait for you to make your own homemade Hicks ice cream. All right, and you clean this off. Back in the old days, we would actually take our fingers and put it on. Oh my gosh, ooh, this is heaven. So delicious. Enjoy.